Hey guys, I'm doing this a little bit different this week. I'm doing a gameplay video, so I'm going to be drafting 3 packs of Gothic. We have 12 people that drafted, so we're going to be in 2 pods of 6. And I'm not going to do much editing. I'm just going to record myself playing the games, and I'm not going to be like muting myself a whole lot to just talk to the camera. Like I'm going to be just talking to my opponent for the most part. I also am not going to have my opponent's audio in the video, so it might be like a little weird watching the gameplay videos. You're only going to be able to hear me. Sometimes I am going to be able to talk. I'm going to like mute myself on Discord and then just talk to the camera, but anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this. I am just going to be talking about the format generally during the draft, so you can learn some of my thoughts early on. I think this is like my 4th or 5th draft of this format, so things have definitely evolved a lot since I made my first 2 videos about Gothic, so I hope you guys enjoy that conversation and you get something out of it. Not going to be as polished as most of my videos, but for the really hardcore people who want to see what the format's all about and watch some gameplay and stuff. If you don't enjoy the gameplay, then I would encourage you to just skip ahead to the very end because I have some final thoughts on the deck that I built, and I have some comments about like how it performed, some specific cards that I liked and some cards that didn't do so well. And so yeah, at least watch the draft and then maybe watch some of the gameplay, and then you can maybe just like skip ahead to the end where I have some final thoughts and wrap things up. So thanks, guys. If you want to draft with us, this is just one of our regular weekly drafts. We draft every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can join the Sorcerers at the Core Discord to gain access to those drafts, and it's totally free. All right, let's get into the draft now. Hey guys, I am going to be recording a Gothic draft. I'm going to try to not do very much editing, so just giving you a heads up that I'm not going to be doing too much of that. I'm just going to probably cut like in between packs or cut in between the draft and the game and all of that. But I just kind of want to get something out, and this is the only way for me to do it and still have time to do all the other stuff that I want to be doing. So this is pack 1, pick 1. The there's not really anything jumping out at me. I like Gravedigger a decent amount. Corruptor is no good. I guess Hour is a thing, but I don't really love air, so that's kind of a tough place to start. I like Gift of the Serpent. I like Trial by Fire. These are all pretty reasonable options, I guess. I think these cards are pretty comparable, and I do like Earth kind of a lot, so I think I'll start with a Gravedigger. I don't know. I guess also like I don't really want to have that many 2-drops in this. Yeah, I should draft more fire. So we'll start on Trial by Fire. Corruptor's that avatar that turns things into evil, but we're not comboing, and I don't know. I guess it's cool with like Witching Hour or something, but there's not that many like huge payoffs for having a bunch of evil stuff. All right, then we got a Flame Strike second pick, so feeling pretty good about that. This is just like the way better version of Trial by Fire. Like Trial by Fire is always a 1-for-1. Flame Strike is definitely possible to get 2-for-1s. This is unique. Whenever bear casts magic, choose a single allied minion ward that ally. Yeah, that doesn't really interest me. I mean, Bladder Blimp is cool. It is just 3 power. Wow, there's 2 Witching Hours going around. Kind of cool, but definitely just gonna take Flame Strike. Yeah, and then this also just gives me an opportunity to talk a bunch about the format because I know I've only done 2 videos about Gothic so far, and I just want to get another video out and kind of give my thoughts on the format as they've been evolving over time. If you watched my video, so I made 2 videos so far. One about like sealed. I mean, I did one gameplay video, which was one of these weekly drafts where I just went through and did a draft, and I edited and did some gameplay and stuff and put that out. Um, but that was like that was very early on. So um, anyway, so format overview so far. My initial reaction initial reaction is like, okay, Earth seems like the best element. It has a 4 mana 4 power minion, which we learned in Arthurian Legends is just like incredible. Like Earth was one of the worst elements in Arthurian Legends, and Brown Bears was still one of the best ordinaries. Super happy to have it. Um, and then on here. All right, sorry about all that. Okay, let's see what we got here. Then I'll get back to talking about the format. So, Snallygaster, Screamer, Noxious Corpse. So yeah, the best fire card here is Noxious Corpse, which I'm not that excited about, honestly. Some Twosome is like the best earth card, the best water card. There's not a single water card in this pack. That's crazy. So definitely like by a long shot, like Screamer and Snallygaster are the best cards here. And I'm actually not sure which one I prefer. Both very good. Hmm. Both have exactly the same stats and everything. Movement +1 is just very powerful. But things that hit the board and do things are probably just better than. All right, I'm just gonna keep trying to do this. Okay. Sorry, this is gonna be a long, drawn out conversation with lots of distractions going on. So what we got here. We got a pack with just tons of sites. There's 6 sites. 1, 2, 3, 6 spells in this pack. That's pretty crazy. Angry Mob is good. Well, I don't know how good Angry Mob is. Yeah, I'm not really sure yet. Probably should just take Road to Perdition. This is a card that I just know that is good. I have one evil so far. Yeah, I think I'm probably not in a rush to get Angry Mobs. I think Angry Mob is better in sealed than it is in draft, most likely. Also, I opened a rare avatar, and that doesn't work with that. Not that that's really a huge reason, but to take in. Got to use every piece of information you have, right? Yeah, I think just Road to Perdition is gonna be good, and I'm still open to my next element. Seems like here has been open, so this might actually be a really good draft to kind of illustrate some things that I've learned about the format so far. So, like I said, I think Earth is the best element. It just has 4 mana for 4 power, and it has 5 mana for 5 power. Like Amazon Warriors plus Brown Bears in the same element. That's kind of crazy. And then Waters has like a bunch of beefy stuff. It has a bunch of tricky stuff. So that's been really impressive. All right, what do we got this pack? There is a Buried Alive. It's always tempting. There's a Ghoul. There's a Charged, which is okay. There's a Begone, but I already have 2 removal spells. Makes me a little less interested in taking another removal spell. So Begone is the 3 mana banish an evil anywhere, including like underground, including in the void. That's just really pretty sweet. Clairvoyant. Clairvoyant, I think, might actually be an okay card. I actually put this in my cube. I think it's probably better in cube because cube has like infinite combos and stuff that you can actually support with this card. Yeah, I think I will just take the fire card and just kind of stick to one primary element for now. I don't really see a reason to go off the rails. Like, yeah, Clairvoyant I think is like a playable card, but it's not anywhere close to kind of a premium removal spell like Begone. All right, and then Night Watchman is here. There's a Forsaken, which I don't mind. Austral is pretty good, so basically I should just take one of these 3 power minions. I'm not really sure. Crazy to just take the Forsaken and try to be the aggro deck. I really want to have Persecutor if I'm going to go that direction. And this is a subject that I want to talk about a bit in this video as we go along. Night Watchman is also just pretty solid. Huh. Yeah, that's kind of a hard one. I'll take the air card because maybe this will help me illustrate the thing that I want to talk about. So definitely Earth is the best element, and then water, like I said, it has a bunch of beef, it has a bunch of tricky stuff. It is a very good element too. So I think they're just the two best elements by a decent margin. And then um I was just like really excited. Like Gothic seems like it's a really slow format. That's something that I've been really wanting because, if you've played much Arthurian Legends, you'll know that that is a really fast format, and I prefer formats that are a little bit slower, like coming from Magic. Ally died. You can teleport to the killer to strike it. May ability. I don't know. I guess that's fine. And actually, it can teleport to their avatar, like if they just cast Lightning Bolt or something, or in effect, like Lightning Bolt. Plague Rats I like a lot, specifically with Savior. I think it's very, very good. I do just like a Ghoul as well. I guess like I haven't tried out Bitter Departed, so maybe I should just take that. I could also take Gift of the Serpent, but I I guess like I already have a bunch of premium removal, so I don't want to go too deep into the magics if I'm not sure, how far I want to go. I don't want to end up in a spot where like I'm just cutting a random cantrip at the end of my draft, and I could have just taken a real minion over it. Because you don't want to just have like 10 magics or something in your deck. Raise Militia and Witching Hour. I mean, there's an Accursed Tower, I guess. There's a Bitten. I think Bitten is pretty good. But I probably should just take this Witching Hour. I mean, does it work with every minion so far? This is undead. This is undead. This is undead. Yeah, that seems like a pretty good deal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, but anyway, so yeah, like I said, I was like really excited about the fact that like this seems like a really slow format. So I was drafting a bunch of like earth water, and I was building a ton of sealed decks that were earth water, like slow stuff, just like dirtily. I just want to have a bunch of expensive minions and get to the late game eventually, and I will just probably survive it because the format's slow. But then I found like there are ways to be very aggressive in this format, and it turns out that Persecutor is actually way more of a real avatar than I thought it was initially. Like initially you look at it and it's like, okay, it's obviously just worse than Battle Mage, and Battle Mage was an avatar that I was like a little bit iffy on in limited. Like there is a way to build it where it's like busted, but a lot of the time it's just really not that impressive. Okay, there's a Harbinger, Plague Rat, which I guess like if I get Savior, I'm probably gonna take it, but yeah, I guess this like leaves the door open for me to open the Savior. There's a Raise Militia, but I don't know. I have not been impressed by Raise Militia so far. I do have a Witching Hour, which I probably should just put in this pile because it's probably gonna make the deck. I guess I should test this out. Yeah. I'm gonna test out the Fire Air aggro deck that has some undead synergy or whatever. See if that comes together. I'm just gonna take Leadworks because it's the only card in my element that is playable. RE2 Demonic Contract, I love you. But yeah, it turns out like fast decks are actually a real thing. Like I had a lot of success playing these dirtily slow Earth Water decks that just have like 2 slugs and like 3 Shoggoths and undesirables and whatever, and just like totally taking over the game in the late game, and then just like not playing very many 2-drops. Like I'll play the 2-drops that have 3 power that are like a little bit slow because there's just so many 3 power minions in the format. And I think all that stuff is still true. Like I think the 2 mana 3 power minions are very good, and the format does just have a ton of 3 power minions or just 3 power minions in general. Um, oh, I'm gonna take a 3 power minion. Yeah, and it turns out like if you're playing against Persecutor and they have a low curve and they're like, fire air is I think the best version of Persecutor, then they're just gonna get under you and they're gonna kill you before you get to play your slugs and your Shoggoths and stuff. So that's been really exciting. Like I knew that that was gonna happen. Like I realized slow decks are good, and then the fast decks can beat the slow decks, and I'm really excited to see that because that means that there is actually a pretty diverse meta so far. Um, so yeah, it's looking like a sweet format, is what I'm trying to say. So like definitely Necromancer and Savior are amazing. Everyone knew it from the very beginning. Um, like you should just pick them basically whenever you see them. It kind of sucks. Like if I see a Savior in this deck, it's gonna be hard to take and make it work. Um, is there any chance I like pivot to one of these elements, or should I just take the Troubled Town? I mean, the chances of me needing a Troubled Town and not having one later are so low. Um, I guess if I'm splashing Earth, I'm likely to play a Blessed Well and get value out of it, but I'm not really gonna get value out of a Stinging Kelp, so do that. Novice Necromancer. I really don't like Necromancer. Like it's just 2 mana for 2 1 power minions, and like there's so many 2 and 3 power minions in the format that it just I think is gonna underperform in this format. Like I think you really do prefer to have one 2 power minion than to have 2 1 power minions, especially since one of them is a skeleton and can't move to defend and all that. But it does work with my witching hour, maybe that's a thing that I actually want to do. By the way, it looks like fire is not very open potentially. Like 2 of these were my first 2 picks. Yeah, I'll take a cursed tower. Splash element to this. But yeah, I think you can draft very fast decks. Like Persecutor seems very good. Like the free movement plus having 2 power. And then there's some cards that are just really good with Persecutor. Um, for instance, the Enrage Familiar, the 3 mana 2 power minion that says like if you lost life this turn, it gets plus 2 power. That card's actually just super good in Persecutor because you can pretty much always attack one of their minions with your Persecutor, and then you take 2 damage, you lose 2 life, and then your Enraged Familiar is just going to be a 4 power minion on your turn, like all the time. So I think that is a real thing. Like I think Persecutor seems pretty solid to me. And actually, the thing that I also realized is that Harbinger, I think, actually does have legs. At first, I thought like giving up a card to give yourself a mana discount. I don't know about that, but I think those Earth Water decks that have really high curves that I was trying to make work, and I was losing to these really fast decks. I think that those decks specifically, if I had Harbinger as the avatar, would actually just be better into those matchups. So I'm pretty interested to actually try out Harbinger and see if it's good in a deck that has a really high curve. And I feel like it will be. All right, what do we got here? Order the Pale Worm. That's pretty good. I don't have any wards so far. Vampire Bat is very good. Vast Desert is great. There's a Smite. There's a Bladder Blimp. Not much else. So Iron Maiden is our rare. Yeah, no, thank you on that. I don't know. Should I just take desert or should I actually leave myself open to not being fire at this point and just take a good air card? Is this undead? The monster? Okay. Monstrous Bladder. Hmm. I don't know. That's pretty tough. I guess like Vampire Bats is better with Witching Hour. I mean, I only have one Witching Hour. It would have been sweet if I picked up that second one, but that doesn't. If I do see a Witching Hour, or like if another one gets opened, it's more likely to make it to me since someone else already has one Witching Hour and they might not want a second. But Desert is just extremely good. I don't know. I don't know if it's first pickable though. Yeah. I haven't had the best opens so far. And this is Immortal. Oh, actually, Vampire Bats does not work with Witching Hour, does it? It's a beast. Okay, maybe I'll take Bladder Blimp. I guess it is really good in like a aggressive shell. You are just beating down. What is this? This pumps demons. Unfortunate. There's an Ice Shards, Lesser Blood Demon. Probably a consideration. Snallygaster. I kind of think I should take an air card again and continue to stay open. I think I'll take a Screamer, partially because of the Witching Hour again. But yeah, I'm glad I picked up a more expensive minion. But yeah, Bladder Blimp is going to be good in aggressive deck. It just definitely makes them lose life no matter what. I mean, I guess unless they like cast Be Gone or Holy Water it or something, where it gets banished. But otherwise, it's like deals damage for every site nearby or whatever. Um, yeah, I'm feeling okay about this. I guess like Fallen Angel really isn't bad. Like even if I have 0 demons, but it feels weird to consider it in a deck that has 0 demons. Yeah, I think Screamer is probably just better. Also, it's kind of weird. Like I was assuming for a long time that Fire Air was going to be like the demon aggro deck, right? If you watched my like spoiler reviews, I talked about that a lot. Like that was a big assumption that I made. And it turns out I have 0 demons in a Fire Air aggro deck. Although I have no fire minions, so kind of makes sense. All right, there's 2 good sites. There's an Onslaught. That's Earth Fire. That's pretty sick. Hmm. Yeah, probably not taking it here. I like Murder Crows quite a bit. Yeah, we're at the part of the format where I feel like I have a lot figured out, but there's stuff that I still don't have figured out, like exactly what pick order and what are like the very good cards. But I think these are all pretty similar. I mean, honestly, there is a reason to just take Dreadwing here since I am really trying to do the aggro thing, and maybe I just don't care about losing 4 life. But that's kind of tough. Chase to an evil ally. Yeah, I'm not ready to go there yet. Maybe I take Forsaken. I don't know. Probably taking an air card here again. Murder Crows or Forsaken. I think Dreadwing might just wheel. Yeah, I'll take Forsaken. I haven't cast many Forsakens yet, and I'm pretty curious. Wow. All right, so there's a zombie horde in this pack, and then there's a ton of sites. Yeah, like what is the best card for me? Like it's like Road to Perdition or Rage Familiar in case I get a Persecutor. But there are only 6 more packs that are going to get open, so the chance of me actually getting Persecutor at this point are pretty low. Hmm. Like Zombie Horde doesn't actually go with the game plan. Maybe I need to, I guess maybe take Road to Perdition. 4, 8. I've got 12 cards so far. Hmm. Yeah, it feels like fire is maybe not very open. And how many cards is this? 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 3 cards missing, and there's a zombie horde here. Be wild. I feel like if I'm not playing fire, then I'm giving up all of my removal spells. I did see a smite. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's right to just take Enrage Familiar hoping I get a Persecutor. That seems like not a good plan. No. Really tough. The Greater Kite. I guess I could take Profane Revenant. Ugh. Yeah, that's really tough. All right. I'm gonna take this Road to Perdition. What's that? See what I can do. How is Zombie Horde in this pack? Yeah, alright. Okay, that's a nice little payoff. So, got another Begone. There's another desert here. Fire does have legs still. I mean, yeah, I think at this point I'm pretty locked into fire air. If I'm not gonna switch elements to take a zombie horde, then there's probably nothing that's gonna take me off of fire air at this point. So is it Begone or is it a desert? 4, 8, 12, 13. I think I should take a desert. I mean, Begone is really good with Persecutor as well. Man, I really hope I open a Persecutor or get past a Persecutor in pack 3. Yeah, I go with that. Oh wow, there's a Forsaken Crypt in this pack. Whoa. Maybe everyone watched my videos and heard about how I think that air is the worst element, and now they're not drafting air. This Forsaken Crypt is nuts. Like this is one of the best exceptionals in the whole set, right? Like all the sites are just crazy good. They're like unbelievable. Like how high would you draft? I know I've already said this in other videos, but like it's basically a 3-mana 3-power minion that draws you a card when it enters is what it does. But then you're twice as likely to draw it because it's on a site. I mean, that's not technically true because you do draw a lot more spells than you do sites, but like yeah, this is something that's like worth mulliganing toward. Like if you don't have a reason to like if you're gonna mulligan, like you pretty much always are gonna mulligan 3 cards, is what I'm trying to say, when you have Forsaken Crypt or Molten Mar or whatever the other ones are. Yeah, I guess Fire Air is looking pretty open. It's really weird that I just didn't really have many. I mean, there were other good fire cards, but I just had other air cards that I knew, like, I want air to be one of my primary elements, so I'm just going to take that instead. Yeah, I think another desert. I like Ignited, but I think just taking a desert. I mean, desert's extremely good. Ignited is like kind of a bad removal spell, which is still like a fine card. Removal spells are generally just good. But yeah, Gothic has been absolutely amazing. If you haven't jumped into a draft yet, you absolutely should. We draft every Wednesday evening, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. This is one of the drafts that we're doing, and there's 6 people at this table, but there's actually 12 people drafting right now. We're in 2 different pods, so these drafts have really been firing off, and it's been amazing to see. All right. So yeah, we are in good elements here. So trial by fire or lesser blood demon is the question. I'd love to just get a second witching hour. That would have been so sweet to have. Um, I don't know. Trial by fire isn't that great, and I do want to have good two drops. And this is probably the best one of the cycle for sure in an aggro deck to have just 2 mana for 3 power straight up. And like, yeah, I take 2 damage, but hopefully that doesn't matter that much. Okay, so we got Murder Crows back. What am I doing on playables? 5, 9, 10, 14. We got a whole pack left, so we can probably take another site and still be okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll take site to maximize on the amount of value that I'm going to have in my deck. I mean, I think Road to Perdition is a better site, but we already have 5 fire sites. This makes me want to maybe go the other way, but this is very good. And I really don't mind cutting a Leadworks. Yeah, maybe I should actually just take the Road to Perdition and just have a lot of good fire sites. It just feels bad if I like see 2 more deserts in the next pack or something, and then I end up like cutting the Road to Perdition. Not super likely to happen, but Road to Perdition's pretty solid, right? Like Open Mausoleum works with the Witching Hour. I don't know, like there's not really that much other reason that I need Undead. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna take the better site and see. All right, is Enraged Familiar or Profane Revenant actually a real consideration? I mean, technically, Enraged Familiar triggers off of my Lesser Blood Demon. That's not really the way that you want to be doing that kind of stuff. I guess Bladder Bloom also triggers it. If I attack on my turn and kill it, and then I lose life to my own sites, then I guess technically that makes the Enraged Familiar big for a turn. But the things you really want to be doing is like attacking with your avatar, because then you can just make this 4 power every single turn. Um, Tourless power. I only have actually 2 minions that do that, and one of them teleports when it enters. That's kind of weird. Yeah, I'll take a Cursed Tower. I think I'm gonna be fine on playables. If not, then it sucks, but we'll see. Just second Begone or first Ignited? Begone is much better. Yeah. It just feels like a little weird to have kind of a removal spell that doesn't work on every minion and then have 2 of them in your deck. It just might be a little bit sketchy. But yeah, we'll see. I think I'm just gonna take the minion this time. My Atlas is gonna be insane no matter what I do at this point, so I just want to have the critical mass of 3 mana, 3 power minions that you really want. I still think I wouldn't mind cutting this Raised Militia. Um, like Border Militia and Raised Militia are very different cards. Okay. I really don't like Mars of Tomorrow. Like, I'll just jump in our chat. Um, is there any way I should play Air Maiden? Whenever a nearby avatar draws a card, they lose life equal to the number of cards they've drawn this turn. They draw a card. They take 1 to 2 damage every turn, but I have to like keep it near their avatar, which is not great. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm more likely to play that. Honestly. Yeah. All right, I'm just gonna take a free Leadworks. There's probably no way that it makes my deck, but I'm not playing Makeshift Barricade. You know what might be happening is that air is really open in that direction, but then fire is really open in that direction. Kind of feels like what just happened. That was just pack 2, right? 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. My wife for a second, I thought maybe I was done. Definitely done drafting already. Whoa. All right, now we got a weird, potentially a decision to make. I mean, I don't really think so, but at least it's something to talk about, right? So, ooh, Forlorn Keep. Shoot. All right, so Blade Dancer is in this pack. After her first attack each turn, it may take a step. Then, when she does, she may attack a player. So, I don't know about that. Like, it's attack a unit there, so I think you can actually block it. That's really weird. It doesn't just say fight. Huh. I wonder if that's actually how that works. It's an attack, not a fight. All right, and then Accusation. I'm really not a huge fan of Accusation. I think it's probably playable, but I don't think I'm gonna like windmill slam it or anything. So the problem with Blade Dancer is that like the sweet thing is that it like doubles all of your pump effects. Like if you can give it a piece of equipment like the Blade of Thorns or something, then yeah, it's gonna be completely busted. But in just like a regular deck, it's just gonna deal maybe 2 damage a turn, and you're giving up a whole card in order to play this. So unfortunately, like Blade Dancer is a builder. There is a version of a deck that you can play it, but I just don't think that it's gonna happen very often. Yeah, I think I'll take Order of the Pale Worm. Honestly, like I would love to get this Gift of the Serpent back, but I don't actually have that many skeletons right now. That's really the combo with Gift of the Serpent. I know it's like totally fine on its own, but right. And then we got some interesting stuff in this pack too. Wow. Okay. I like Second Wind. I'll probably take it if it comes back, unless there's still good cards in this pack. There's a Fatality, 3 mana Fire Air, kill target wounded minion. That is also a card that's really good with skeletons. Or like, I guess like Murder Crows, if I had that, that would be pretty good with it. But sometimes it's just uncastable, like, yeah, not really sure. And then Desecrate is probably a real card in this deck. I don't know, maybe I should actually take a Desecrate here. Like, I've got tons of evil, which means I can pretty much always cast it. Like, I just need to have any of my minions on their side, and then I can cast it. Turn their site into an air site, which might mess with their threshold, and then it gives all of my minions basically on that site +1 power. That actually seems pretty nice. I think Salt the Earth is too cute. Like, I just don't care about site destruction that much. That Knight is like, I think playable in Necromancer, but probably not very playable outside of that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try out Desecrate. I'm gonna go full aggro and see if Desecrate is playable in this kind of deck, because my initial reaction was like, I don't really like cards that just deal damage, but when my deck is like really trying to do the aggro thing, then maybe it is actually gonna be good. 3, this is 6, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18. So I think we're gonna do They're gonna be totally fine on playables. Um, Nice to have some kind of bigger things. The Raven, isn't it? Open Mausoleum would be nice to have. Red Wing is interesting. Yeah, I think I don't know. At this point, I think I might just have enough 3 power minions that I can pass a Hellhounds. I do like those cards a lot, but I think it is right to deprioritize them a bit just because we've got so many of them in this format. Like, holy crap. If you remember Arthurian Legends, if you look at Earth, there's not a single 3 mana, 3 power minion at Ordinary, and that's wild. And a big part of the reason why Earth was the worst element in Arthurian Legends. In this format, Earth has, I think, like 5 ordinaries that are 3 mana for 3 power. And then I think air might be the one that only has one at ordinary, or I guess it does have two, right? Is is fire the element that only has one? Yeah, I think fire might be. Hellhounds is the only 3 mana 3 power minion. It has like Enraged Familiar, or the other 3 mana ones. It has Martyr of Tomorrow, which is another 3 mana 2 power minion, and that was the problem with Earth. So I could totally see fire actually being the worst element, but it's probably the best like support element because it has all the best removal, of course. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, wow. All right. I really like Corpse Explosion. So let's see what else we got, and I'll come back to it. Yeah, I think it's probably just Corpse Explosion. It's crazy because it's 7 mana, but I'm just going to be Spellslinger, so I'm going to be able to get to 7 mana at some point. Um, Deal a dead minion to each site in a 2x2 area, deal damage equal to each corpse's power to units there, then banish the corpses. He went out with a bang. So this is just like a major explosion, basically. Like there's gonna be 4 dead minions by the time you get to turn 9 or 10 when you're casting that. Oh wow, there's a Molten Mar here. All right, we're getting close to the end, so I'm just taking account of my cards again. I think we're at like 23 or something. 11, 12, 17, 20, is that right? 5, 11, 12. This is 20. But yeah, we have a lot of cards left. So definitely taking Molten Mar, not playing this Leadworks. That's kind of what I expected. And then, wow, there's another Road to Perdition here. That's crazy. So many of those opened. I'll play this Ignited if it comes back, and I still need playables. But there's hopefully better cards that are gonna make my deck. Do I take Vampire Bat here, or do I take Gift of the Serpent? Or actually, Willing Tribute is gonna be pretty good in this deck. Hmm. So I guess like yeah, these are kind of the cards that I'm a little bit iffy on. Like 1 power minions do just really suck. Yeah. Hmm. I mean, sack Willing Tribute to basically deal 3 damage with one of my other minions always feels pretty good. Vampire Bats I've not really played with yet, but the fact that it's 2 power just means that it's probably just gonna die the first time it attacks. I guess it's still good. Hmm. Yeah, I think I should take Willing Tribute. I think it probably just pushes the most damage. Kind of works with the fire air aggro game plan, I think, just a little bit better. Bound Spirit, I think is playable in Persecutor, but I don't think I want it in this deck. Like I have a 7 drop now. Even just having one 7 drop means that like I'm probably gonna want to just sit still and draw sights just in case I draw my 7 drop. This is just a bomb 7 drop. So if I ever draw it and I'm like I spent a bunch of turns like attacking for one and stuff with my avatar instead of just drawing sights and being able to cast it. That's going to be a huge downer. So, yeah, I think another willing tribute, or maybe I should split things up a little bit and not have so many redundant effects. So 3, 4, 5. We got six non-minions. Hmm. Yeah, I probably should take it. I don't know. Hmm. I mean, I know what that does. I guess I don't actually know how good Willing Tribute is. So I should eat my vegetables and I should just try out cards that I'm not 100% sure on yet. Okay, so Fatality came back. I kind of expected that. I mean, Lash. Wish that this drew a card. Yeah, Rage Familiar is not gonna make the deck. I'm really glad I didn't take that. Salt the Earth is still just like a little bit too cute. I'll take Fatality, but I honestly think I might just not play it. Or just have like removal that always works. Yeah. I guess Desert plus Fatality is really nice. Um, let's count the playables again. 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 17, 18, 19. This is 20, not including these 3 cards. I want to just take a sight. I'm just gonna be greedy and try to max out my Atlas and get to playables. Because like, okay, Bitter Departed I think is a good card. Like I think it is better than like a Novice Necromancer for sure. No, I don't know. Should I actually be considering that? I was gonna say like I would rather risk having to play this Novice Necromancer and just have like a slightly better Atlas, but it is like quite a bit better than the Novice Necromancer. So I guess I will take the Bitter Departed. Yeah, it is probably enough better that I should make sure that I hit. All right. And then I think Raised Militia is also better than Novice Necromancer. I'm not really a big fan of any of these cards. I will take that. And I think that officially bumps out either Necromancer or it bumps out Fatality. But now, if I have 2 Raised Militia, then I'm a little bit more interested in Fatality anyway. But I would much rather pay 3 mana for 3 bodies than pay 2 mana for 2 bodies, especially since the 2 bodies are on the same site, which is a little bit sketchy. I know that I drafted all the deserts, but still, there's other effects that just deal 1 damage to everything at a site. Also, like Murder of Crows is a card that people are just happy to play, and it just completely dunks on all of these cards. All right, Desert Bloom or Ignited. Honestly, I'm not really that interested in the blooms, and also I just don't have room for it. Right, I just have 6 much better sites already. So I think I'll take the Ignited, and I think that will bump out one of these cards too. Yeah, I feel pretty good about this deck. Like this deck would be so much better if I had a Persecutor. But as is, I think it's going to be totally fine. I think I take Gift of the Serpent here. Did we actually open 2 Clairvoyants in our pool? Yeah, I don't think that I want to go like full aggro. All right, I'll figure out my final cuts in a little bit. Yeah, accusation does not seem very good. Bound Spirit. I guess if someone else has a Persecutor, I should take the Bound Spirit. I don't think I care that much. I think I would prefer my opponent to have an accusation and spend their turn doing that, and then look at my hand and see a bunch of aggressive minions, and they're all just kind of replaceable. So much prefer my opponent have to take a turn off to cast a spell that doesn't affect the board. Yeah, I think if I had two witching hours, I would probably be playing these two raise militias. That is just really powerful. Uh, here. Oh wow, we actually got a playable site for our last thing. Oh. All right, I'm just gonna take a minute to build the deck and check in with people. I'll probably edit this out, and then we will get on to some gameplay. All right, so this is what I ended up building. I cut one of the raised militia and the fatality and the novice necromancer. I am playing one raised militia. I figured like it works for the witching hour. It might put on a decent amount of pressure. I don't know. I don't feel like amazing about having this one raised militia in the deck, but I should probably play it just to try it out. I don't really think that's very good, but I guess I have this one combo with it. Like it is quite good with witching hour, and then it's good with gift of the serpent too. I guess that's a thing. But yeah, kind of a bunch of just aggressive minions, and then some kind of good removal spells, and two kind of like extra damage effects in witching hour and desecrate. Ignite can also be an extra damage effect. Flame strike and I don't know, trial by fire because this only hits minions. But yeah, this seems like a really nice aggressive build. We've got two of these busted sites that cast something from a collection. That's really nice. We've got two towers in case our opponent is on savior. That's gonna be really nice. We have no wards in our entire deck, so that's perfect. And then spore spouts, I guess like there's actually quite a few combos now that we have these two willing tributes. Um, and yeah, 3 Road to Perdition, 2 Deserts is really nice. So yeah, we're really nicely lined up against Savior, and then Corpse Explosion is our only like actual bomb. Like that card's just incredible. I can't believe we got it really late again. This is the second time I've drafted it, and both times I've gotten it like 4th or 5th pick, and I was just like shocked. So yeah, I'm gonna jump into a game now. Oh yeah, were you at my table or the other table? Oh, okay. Yeah, I also opened a corruptor. Um, and I think it was going around. I think it got taken pretty late. And then I don't know if I saw any other avatars. I think I saw Harbinger, but nothing I was interested in at least. 15. I got 7. All right, good luck. And just so you know, during these matches, I'm just gonna mute my opponent because I just don't want to have to end up doing any editing at all on their end. Um, hmm, guess I really want to get rid of this ghoul, but I also want to be able to cast something on turn 3, which I guess I do have Molten Mar already. Hmm. So maybe it is okay for me to just keep 2 things, and then I'm on the draw, so I get to scry my Atlas too. Yeah, do this. think I do need to keep that on top just to be safe. All right, good to go. This will pass. All right. I'll draw a site. I will tap the site and play a Spore Spouts, and I'll pass. All right, draw spell. Okay. I will tap, I'll play a desert. I'll get rid of your ward on your site. Yeah. Yeah, you're good. Right. Draw spell. All right, I'll play a Molten Mar and I'll cast a dude. My collection. Just got to load my collection up. That's your go. Oops. All right, I'll get my dude eventually. Yep. So okay. So I'll play a Cursed Tower. And then I think I play your Departed, which teleports and kills your Noisome Twosome. And then I will play a Forsaken here. Put it here. All right, here you go. Next site. Huh. Yeah. Okay, I'll block. I even thought if you were fire, I probably wouldn't block, but didn't play a fire site yet. Oh, really? Okay. Ryan said he only splashed for the site. He's not actually playing any fire cards. Makes a lot of sense. All right. This guy gets stealth, right? Okay. I think I will draw a spell. I will tap for a site. Okay. All right. I think I play Screamer and I'll push this guy back this way. Then I will attack him for 3. And go. I've got quite the card advantage over my opponent right now. Oh man, he can't even attack with the sewer rats because I can block. I mean, I guess technically I don't need to block, but I honestly don't even mind blocking the sewer rats in this position. Like I just need to not die basically, and I should be able to win this game. Like I have a bomb that I'm trying to get to, so if the game goes late, I can get even more card advantage by 2-for-1ing him with Corpse Explosion, and then I'm already just so far ahead on cards. Feel pretty confident. I should just be okay. Okay. Yep. Yeah, is it enemy minions? Just enemy. Okay. I will draw spell. Okay. All right, I think I'll cast Begone to banish the Mesmer Demon. And then I'm going to desecrate this site. Yeah. We'll make it into a desecrated ground. And then I will attack for 4. Yeah. Oh shoot, sorry, I'm supposed to play a site before I do all that. I play a site here. Yep, here we go. I'll be honest, the first time I cast Desecrate feels pretty good. Um, and like technically, I think it would have been nice to like attack his Deep Sea in case he has anything that's triple threshold. But honestly, like that's not really a thing. There's not that many triple threshold cards that I need to be worrying about. Or quadruple threshold technically. Um, but it's better to just do it on the site that you already are because then you get to deal the current damage, and then it gets +1, and then you attack, and then you get 1 additional damage that way. Okay. So it can't be modified. I'm guessing that includes by Corruptor. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the thing that you need to look up is the codex entry for modifications or like characteristics of a minion. I can try to do that. Yeah, it can't be modified. Characteristics cannot change. Minion characteristics, card name, rarity, power, cost, elemental threshold, and that says subtype. And subtype must include like minion type. I think he is mortal, according to the codex. Do you want to play him in a different spot or anything? Okay. All right. So I will draw a spell. All right. Yeah. Draw a spell. Have to draw a sight. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Was it like was it an actual judge? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I get what they're saying. Like, can't be modified might only be effective like when he's in the realm, whereas like when he's in your deck, he would be undead. And then I don't know. Yeah, that does seem weird. Like kind of a weird corner case. Yeah, I'm literally good either way. You can make the call if you want him to be undead or not. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If it was your understanding that he would be undead, then we should just go with that. Um. Yeah. No problem. So yeah, it like changes what I do, but I like have an answer either way. So like this way, I can banish him instead of trading my minion for him. And then I will just attack for 4 then. Um, and I already dressed with my avatar, I think. So yeah, here we go. Hmm. Okay. Sounds good. All right, I will draw spell. All right, place site. 6 mana. Um, yeah, I guess I have my Forsaken attack your site. All right, I guess raise militia skeletons. And play worm. Oh, does crush really? Oh yeah, it only affects your stuff. Okay. Um. Yeah, order the Paleworm. Here. Yeah, I guess I should have it here. All right, go ahead. I think one of these Mesmer demons supposed to be banished. I guess two Begons, right? Yeah. Because this is undead, right? Mortals are undead. What this says? Okay. Do I want to block? Yeah, I'll block the skeleton. Yep, I can't block, so okay. Mm. 3 sites in hand. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, 5, 6. Yeah, just these two will door you. Okay, then yeah, I think I just draw a spell. All right, I think skeleton kills your rat. And then, yeah, I'll definitely just attack for 6. I think this skeleton moves this way. Spell slinger, I'll tap to draw a sight. Okay, and then order the pale worm, kill the raid for that guy. All right, I haven't spent any mana. All right, I'll cast Dreadwing and I'll discard a card. Discard a lesser blood demon. All right, your turn. think like Plague Pits is literally the only card that doesn't that might make him survive because that would banish all the dead minions. And I don't think I actually have a way to put a minion in the yard. I guess I could just like kill the survivor and then cast it, but all right. I gotcha. I will corpse explosion. Throw some dead minions at you. Yeah, thanks, dude. Um, yeah. So what were your like reasons for playing Corruptor? What combos did you have with it? You have like a witching hour? Or... Oh, right, because you had Death Knight, right? That's yeah. It does feel like I like had pretty big card advantage kind of early just because of Spellslinger plus yeah Molten Mar, and then I guess like Bitter Departed was kind of just like a free kill. I mean, you did get a 2-for-1 with your Gift of the Wolf. I totally agree with like the landmass. I think those are kind of weak. But you do have kind of a high curve, so maybe. I've seen it in play a few times. I think it's okay. Yeah, if they just kill it before you move it, and you just like take 6 damage or something. Yeah, yeah. I had one witching hour. Yeah, I'm trying out the fire air aggro thing because I think it has is actually quite good. Like I think Earth Water is probably my favorite deck, like the super slow grindy deck, but then like fire air is also just like totally viable and cool, which is awesome for the meta. Like I think there's really fast decks and really slow decks. All right, so on the play, I'm gonna mulligan this Spore Spouts, and I'm gonna mulligan this Bladder Blimp. And it's kind of weird to do that because I want to have double air. Anyway, yeah, you're doing your scry. Um, but of course, the reason I'm doing this is because I want to try to hit one of my really busted sites, and try that. Oh, all right, you ready? Okay, I'll play a Road to Perdition. I'll pass. All right, tap play a Cursed Tower. I'm gonna play a Forsaken way over here, I guess. Go. Oh, yeah, it has to be within like the range of motion of your avatar, basically. Like, has to be in the same region. Um, so Holy Warrior with Ward, and then the skeletons here too. Yeah, I guess I will. Yeah, draw a spell. We'll tap and play a desert, and I'll ping the site. Yeah. No, it targets. Yeah, it targets the site. Yeah. Yeah. If the site had a ward, then it would just break the ward. But because yeah, the site isn't warded, then it does deal 1 to each minion. Um. All right, I'll move Forsaken over, and I guess I'll play Hellhounds, and I'll pass. Hmm. Okay. Uh. I'll play Road to Perdition for 2, and I'll shrink your ghoul by 1 power. And then I think I use my Forsaken to attack the ghoul. Yeah, you want to leave him in? Yeah, I'll kill the ghoul then. All right, and then we'll play a ghoul here. I'll pass. Austin, if you're watching this later, you shouldn't play Desecrated Ground. It's a very, very bad card. Means that I can attack your stuff for more power. All right. I put myself in that awkward spot where I drew all of my. Okay. Good. Yeah. Yeah, I think Desecrated Ground is a site you should just not put in your spell book or in your atlas. It is just yeah. I think it's like really only for casting Desecrate and turning their things into Desecrated Ground and having it benefit you because you're playing the evil stuff. Because like you can't actually like make your own stuff evil with this. All right. I'm gonna tap to draw. Wait. Okay, and then I will attack your site for 4. I will just pass. Yeah, hopefully the tempo of not being able to play something that turn doesn't mess me up too bad. Okay. All right, draw spell. All right, so I'll play Forsaken Crypt. Um, uh, all right, where do I want my ghoul to be? um, yeah, I have to cast it wherever I put my site. Yeah, all right, I'll just um yeah, I think I do. So I think I'll use my ghoul to actually attack this site. Okay, I'm gonna cast Desecrate. Jeez. All right, yeah. So yeah, take 3 more. All right. Yeah, I think that's true, right? Yeah. Evil strike. Yeah. Okay, you're good. Okay. Okay. That wakes up the. Okay. And then yeah, ghoul dies. Uh, well, the closest evil is my ghoul, so you can't do that. Okay. guy undead. Okay. Um. Hmm. Draw site. Yeah, I think draw site. Cool. Tower. All right, I'll play Screamer and push the hollowed one away. And then play Order the Pale Worm. And I think I'll just chill with my ghoul. What can you do? You can... Yeah, okay. I think I feel okay about this. Go ahead. Yeah, it does. Oh, you don't have double earth. Also, did you know Mayor of Melbourne pumps my mortals as well as your mortals? This guy's mortal. Yeah, I was kind of sad when I realized that. I don't understand it either because like Death Knight only pumps allied undead. So why does Mayor pump all mortals? It's really weird. Yeah. That's it. Um okay, so draw spell. Yep. Hmm. All right, I'm gonna have Order the Pale Worm attack your site. I know, right? Okay. So I'm going to cast Witching Hour, and then how do I do this? 7. Um, yeah, I guess I thought I could for sure do, but maybe I can't. Hmm. Uh, well, maybe I can. I don't know. All right, so yeah, so I think I cast Flame Strike this way. So it'll deal 3 to you, kill the Holy Warrior, and then this stuff in the back row takes 1 damage. My Screamer survives because he took 3 damage. He has 4 power right now because of the witch. Um, yeah, he takes 3 from the yeah. So yeah, that puts you at 4, and then Spellslinger comes over and attacks here because he also gets +1 in Airborne. Because he's just because he's a spellcaster. Yeah, yeah. I take 1 from that, and then Screamer can attack. I guess actually just attack your Persecutor. Oh, that's true. Yeah, he would die. Yeah. Okay. So then I will just attack this site for 4 and put you at Death's Door. And then do I do anything with my ghoul? Hollow one's just gonna be able to kill one of my things. I guess leaving the ghoul here at least prevents 2 damage from the townsfolk. Um, yeah, I think I'll. Okay. Oh, you still don't have Earth Threshold. Okay. And then, hey, dude. All right. Crossbow. Gift of the Serpent on Screamer. This can't get my avatar lethal right now. Okay. Yeah, Gift of the Serpent on there. Crossbow. Oh. Sweet. More power. Cast my Forsaken here. And I think I will tap to draw sight. And I think my Screamer is probably just going to trade for the Monk, right? Yeah. Like, cool. Your turn. Uh, I think I'll just move over. Guess Forsaken we'll just move over. Cast a Raise Militia. Dudes. Yeah. Maybe I don't. Yeah. Okay, I'll pass. Hmm. So, um, uh, yeah. So I can block, leave Spellslinger in, and kill the dude, and then you get to kind of decide, do you want to kill my dude or just deal 5 to me? And then I don't know. Can you door me if I don't? Looks like you can deal. Yeah, I think you can probably just door me either way. Um, hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I'll block the Spellslinger and I'll leave the Forsaken in. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I think. Yeah, do I have a ghoul in that pile? I probably do. Oh no, I did cast that ghoul from there. I think I have one in my cemetery I can grab and copy. Yep. Um. Okay. So what does this prevent? That prevents summoning. Okay. What were the spells you cast? You just cast Ghoul and this guy. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna move the skeleton here. And all right, and then I think I just put a couple of guys back here. 3 attackers, I got 3 blockers. All right, I will just try that. All right, so he is 3 power. Yeah, I'll block with skeleton. All right, guy. Okay, if you do that, your minions will lose +1 power and die. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Oh, is that right? Oh, yeah. So he's currently. Oh, yeah. Okay, you're right. Yeah. Do you want to do that? So you attack, I block, and then yeah, Mayor dies. Yeah, 2 power, 3 power. Okay. All right. I've got 1 card in my deck. Draw. Oh yeah. Yeah. Don't do that. Yeah. You just want to leave him there? Okay. Yeah. Sure. Did you tap to draw a site or something then, or? Uh, White spell. Yeah, I've got a trial by fire, which I think only hits minions. Yeah. Yeah, I can't get away from all this stuff. See many cards I was away. Not close. One card. That was my only out. Corpse explosion. Yeah, I'm trying out the fire aggro, like fire air aggro, because I think it's actually really good. Like I was really interested in just like the water earth slow stuff for a while, and then I have realized like Persecutor is actually really good in just like fire air aggro, but I didn't get a Persecutor this time. But yeah, I think just having a Persecutor would make my deck like so much better. Like that avatar is actually quite good in this kind of deck. All right, this is the final round. I'm mulliganing 2 air sites, was a Spore Spout and a Spire, and then I mulliganed a Seiken, which is the 2 mana 3 power air dude. 2 sites. Oh. All right, and then I'm going to scry my Atlas. I will put that at the bottom. Okay, good to go. You're putting on the surface. All right. I will spell. Okay, I will play a site. Be in a cursed tower, and I will pass. Ready? Untap. Build, draw site. Tap spell slinger. I'll play desert. I'll desert your frog. And then I'll play a lesser blood demon. Ooh, and he's silenced, so I don't actually lose 2 life. Awesome. All right, you go. Okay. Okay. There. Yeah, sure. All right. Untap, draw a spell. Okay. All right, I guess I'll have the blood demon attack the skeleton. All right. I'll tap spell slinger. Yeah, I'll play Molten Mar. I'll cast a Hellhounds. Um, yeah, I gotta load my collection and grab it, but you can go. Computer's like real laggy right now. All right, here we are. For some reason my microphone sometimes just randomly decides that it does not want to be recognized on Discord. So yeah, if I'm ever just like randomly not talking for a long time, it's because something weird's going on with my microphone. But all right. Okay. Yeah, I can always hear you, but for some reason microphone just is finicky. All right, and then I will play Hellhounds. You wouldn't have two Necropotents, right? So and then I play a site. I think I'll put it here. All right, here we go. No, I just cast this Hellhounds. The one I attacked with is in my yard. Yeah. Yep. You're good. Nice. Okay. Yes. All right. And then does it tap, or does it tap at the end of? No, it doesn't like literally tap, but uh, okay, sweet. Okay, I untap. I draw a spell. Okay. So yeah, end of the turn, end of turn, end of my turn. Okay. All right, I'll play Screamer, and I'll push your Mostrel into that spot. And then I will tap to draw a sight. All right, you're good. So yeah, end of yeah. Yeah. All right. So guy rotates. Okay. All right. Draw spell. Good. So I will tap. I'll play Forsaken Crypt. I'll cast a Ghoul. There. And then I'm gonna play. Oh, oh, sorry, I was muted. Um, I'll play a Bitter Departed, and he'll teleport here and strike your avatar for 2. Yeah, and that's my turn. He rotates. All right. And these games that you your sites draw you 2 extra spells really makes me feel like I actually can afford to just draw a site for turn and not actually feel bad about it at all. Although I think next turn is not the turn to actually do that because um like if I drew a site and I had 6 mana, like it wouldn't actually open up any possibilities, but I might draw a 3-drop and play a 3-drop and a 2-drop. Um, but the turn after, I think I'm for sure drawing a site, and then I can either Corpse Explosion or I can play a 5-drop and a 2-drop. Happen. All right. Oh, so then is this killing your skeleton? Yeah. Okay. And then yeah, all good. I'm at 18. Okay. So survivors. Okay. Do some. Okay. I will untap. I will draw a spell. Thing. All right. Yeah. Tap for a site. Options. All right. I'll attack for 3. Um. hmm. So I'll play Bladder Blimp. Or do I want here? Rotate. Um. Yeah. Yeah. Probably better. All right. I will pass. This thing's shooting that way. Huh. Okay, sure. I'll just take the one. Ooh, nice. No, it doesn't. Um, all right, yeah, I'll trade here. Okay. All right, draw a spell. Sorry, this thing rotates, right? Should be going this way now. End of your turn, end of my turn. Or, yeah, end of my turn, end of your turn. Okay. All right, I'll just play a site here. Uh, all right, so I think I'm going to cast it Ignited, and I'm going to use it to kill your townsfolk. I guess he stays there for now, and then I'm going to attack the site for 3. All right, I'm going to cast a Willing Tribute, and then I'm going to sack him and untap the ghoul, and then attack the power guy. So that was 4 mana. All right, I think I will just pass point. Yep. Okay. All right. All right. I guess I will just draw a spell still. Tap her site. And All right, I'll play Dreadwing, and I'm gonna discard a site. Here we go. Having another Screamer seems pretty good against Sentinel Trap. Sentinel Trap is a card that I read and I talked about in my sealed set review, and then I was like, oh, don't play this card. This card looks terrible. We figured it out. Don't play it. But then like think about it more. It's like, no, actually it is just good. Like you it and kill like a 4 power minion, and then like who cares? Like it's gonna turn, it's gonna deal damage, whatever. Yes, if your opponent has forced movement, then you might get owned by it, I guess, is what I'm finding out here. But for the most part, like it's kind of just even after that. Like you could also be playing water air and have a bunch of forced movement. Okay. Okay. Uh, I think I can keep drawing spells, so I'll do that. Okay. Tap draw site. Actually, do I want to attack? Hmm. Yeah, okay. I guess I'll attack onto the Sentinel Trap. And then I guess it didn't matter. I'm gonna play a Willing Tribute and untap, and then I'll attack the Horrible Hybrid. Okay. Those 2 mana. And then I guess I'll just play Dude. Guess I want it to be here. Yeah. Alright, you're good. I moved back. I'll attack the site. I will play Screamer here, and I'll push the Mesmer Demon into the trap again. Yeah. And actually move up? No, probably. I think maybe actually I'll just attack your skeleton. Take one. All right. I guess that's all I wanted to do. Go ahead. Okay. Thing rotates. Really, sorry, this was the end of my turn, right? So I think it should be here now. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, untap, draw a spell. I'll play a Road to Perdition. I'll give my Screamer +1 power. Kill the Entombed. Put you on Death's Door. And then I'll move this guy over. I'll cast Raise Militia. Say, copy this guy. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll just pass after that. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I could intercept. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. All right, I will corpse explosion you. All right, thanks for watching this draft video. I know it was kind of a slog, and my computer still lags a lot when I'm recording for some reason. Still haven't figured that out. Maybe need to tune some settings or something. But anyway, yeah, this deck turned out pretty successful. I would say I went 2-1. It's really funny, like playing against Austin, my brother, round two. Like he just for some reason has like a really good win percentage against me compared to the rest of the field. I don't know what it is, but he's my older brother, so it makes sense that he would beat up on me in card games. Um, yeah, my Atlas was completely stacked. That was crazy. Like my fire sites are all just absolutely nuts. I've got 2 sites that cast minions. It really did feel like there were opportunities where like I was just so far ahead on card advantage. Like I think 2 of the games I hit both of these, and yeah, that's just really wild. Like you can play the long game once you've hit 2 of these. Like you're just up by so much. Um, yeah, I still think the race militia, the one race militia is like pretty bad. Um, I don't know. Yeah, I think like if I had 2 witching hours, it would be a lot better. Yeah, I just never put those 2 cards together. I'm sure if I do at some point, it's gonna be good. But yeah, the Sweeter removal was fine. Yeah, ignited really isn't that impressive, and Gift of the Serpent really is like a build around card. Like it's totally fine on its own, but obviously you want more skeletons to really make this card work. Corpse Explosion, as always, is kind of just incredible. Like I still don't really understand why I've gotten this card pretty late in a draft a couple times. Um, and then yeah, I've just got a nice suite of 3-power minions. Like the 2 Screamers were excellent every time I played them. I think they are better than the Snallygaster. Like yeah, like the Snallygaster sometimes will just be 3 mana, 3 power, and it like trades for another 3-power minion or whatever. Whereas Screamer, like you're almost always going to have an effect when you play it, and it's just going to push them into their back row or something where they can't really do anything for an additional turn. Like it's kind of like one Koinixy trigger, sort of. Um, yeah, I think it was right to not play his Fatality. Like I don't think there were that many opportunities that they had a minion with damage on it during my turn that wasn't already dead. So yeah, I think Fatality is a bit weak. Like, I think in Necromancer, it's going to be good. Outside of that, I don't really like it. Maybe in Persecutor, because you can attack something for 2 and then cast Fatality. I mean, that feels pretty weak. But maybe, yeah, it's probably just for Necromancer, honestly. But I did have the Deserts. I don't know. I don't think that even really came up where I was able to like Desert something and then cast Fatality. I mean, there were some times that I could have done something like that. But I'm glad I just tried out Raise Militia. Like, I literally haven't cast it before today, and it was kind of what I expected, just like a little bit mediocre. The Willing Tributes were fantastic. I'm really glad I took these, and I think this might be the first time. Well, no, I think I've played these before, but yeah, they are very good. There was that one turn. I didn't say anything because my mic was on for my opponent, but there was a turn where I just had a ghoul on their site that could attack, and I had 2 Willing Tributes and an Ignited in hand. And I thought about it and considered like, okay, I could deal 12 damage this turn. Like attack with ghoul, play this, sacrifice it, untap ghoul, attack, do the same thing, and then play ignited, also attack. I could just attack for 12, but it wasn't enough to like door him that turn. So instead, the thing that I did was that was the turn that I like played the ignited, just kill your 2-power minion, just use it as a removal spell, and then attack with my ghoul, and then play Willing Tribute, untap my ghoul, attack again, and then later on I was able to use another Willing Tribute to kill a 3-power minion. So yeah, I mean, that wasn't even like card advantage, but it kind of feels like it because it's such efficient removal, like 2 mana to untap my 4-power airborne minion and be able to kill your 3-power minion. It's like it's not even it doesn't like it feels way better than I think it actually is, like mathematically speaking. I don't know. Yeah, Willing Tribute just feels excellent. And Desecrate also felt very good, honestly. Um, in a very specific deck like this, where I'm trying to just kind of finish the game as soon as I can. I was missing some ways to deal the death blow, like two begons and trial by fire. None of those actually hit the opponent's avatar. Um, yeah, I guess that's another reason that maybe fire is like a little bit worse than I was thinking originally. Like maybe it is pretty much on the same level as air. Like I think I was a little bit too low on air and I was a little bit too high on fire. Not that I thought that either of those elements are like amazing compared to earth and water, but they definitely have legs and they can do some good things. So that was really cool to turn that. He played the Silent Hills, and then I was able to play this and not lose the life. That was pretty sweet. Forsakens just feel kind of totally fine. Like they're not great on turn two, but any turn where they've played any site to the side, then you can just play it adjacent to their site, and that feels pretty amazing. So, and that actually makes a lot of sense. Like fire air being the most aggressive elements, and it has the two cards in this cycle that actually can just be played adjacent to your opponent's site. Like the entombed and the drowned just can't attack the turn after they come in, whereas both of these can a lot of the time. Bitter Departed, excellent card. Like, yeah, there were times like, yeah, when he used his avatar to cast ice shards to kill my minion, I can play a Bitter Departed and teleport it to his avatar and just deal 2 damage to it, because it just says like it just if his avatar got kill credit, then I get to teleport to his avatar and deal 2 damage. Otherwise, yeah, he did just like kill one of my minions with his 2-power minion, and I was able to just play this and kill it for free. That's pretty nice. So yeah, I think Fire Air better than I gave it credit for in like my early thoughts on the format. I think it is definitely a real deck. And I'm really excited for that. Like definitely Earth Water is the slowest deck, definitely Fire Air is the fastest deck. They're both viable. And then there's a bunch of decks that are in between that are gonna have like Earth Fire or Water Fire or Water Air, or you know, so assuming like, on average, those cards are going to be in between the fastest deck and the slowest deck. So yeah, that gives like kind of a lot of range to this format. And yeah, like props to Eric's Curiosa for making this format as awesome as it is. Like I'm really excited to keep doing this. I don't think this format's going to get old for a while. Like there's fast decks, there's slow decks, there's a bunch of bombs, there's a bunch of synergy, there's a bunch of build-arounds, there's tons of avatars to try out. Yeah, there's a bunch of counterplay. There's a bunch of like tricky stuff that I didn't realize until I started playing the format. Yeah, there's just a lot going on with this format. So yeah, I'm really excited to keep doing this. I'm hoping we might draft Cube next week. I don't know if I'm probably going to record it. I don't know if I'm going to make it a video or not, but if you're watching this, I'll try to get this out before that draft happens. So if you want to hop in a draft and maybe draft Cube for the first time, I'm going to be posting a poll probably on Sunday before the next draft. And if you want Cube, vote for Cube. If you want Gothic, vote for Gothic. And yeah, I hope to see you guys there. You can join the Discord in the link in the description. I'll try to pin a comment below so it's easy to find, but join that Discord. We draft Wednesday evening, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. So I hope to see you guys there. Thanks. Bye.